What's going on, guys? I'm back at it again today with another landscape photography video. Right now I'm in Vila de Bisbo, which is like, I don't know, 20 minutes west of Lagos, and I'm gonna keep pushing to the coast. I haven't seen clouds in weeks, and for life, that's kind of awesome. For landscape photography, it's been a challenge. So I'm heading west because west, sometimes there's clouds.
I was born unafraid, intricate and joyful I was.
Vila de Bisbo is like one of these classic Algarve villages. There's dozens and dozens of these throughout the area, and they're so cool. It's usually at least pretty busy with tourism, but look at this. Just totally empty. I have this street all to myself, and it's absolutely crazy. That being said, the borders have opened here in Europe, and we've seen at least double, maybe triple the tourists and people in town. So tourism's starting to pick up again, but it's still nothing compared to what it would normally be on like a Sunday in Vila de Bisbo in the summer. It's crazy. But yeah, let's cruise on and head to the coast and hopefully some clouds.
When the fear found us, stripped away the wonder in our bones. Am I better than I was before? Can I make sense of these closing doors? Is it too late?
I made it to one of my sunset locations. I'm actually gonna try to photograph two locations, but first, sushi. You gotta have that grocery store sushi. You might think that it's years of practice that make you a good landscape photographer. Nah, it's this stuff.
Is the future etched in stone? I don't have the answers. Sometimes the world comes undone.
First photo of the day is a bit of a selfie. The sun's still way up, but this is my setup. You can see the camera, sketchy setup on the edge here. I have the RP shooting. The reason I'm using the RP is the RP has an intervalometer for photos, the R doesn't. And I need that intervalometer because essentially the way I take these selfies, where I'm way off over that way, is I set the intervalometer. So I have the camera set up. I'm actually doing like 1 second f2.8. The reason I'm going f2.8 is because I do want like a bit of a shallow depth of field on me here. So to do that, I have a 10 stop. And then in the camera, I have the camera to set up to take unlimited photos. It's just gonna take one photo after the other. So it looks to be all set up. The light is absolutely horrendous, but I'm gonna take like one photo to make sure it's working. Yeah, it's shooting more, so the camera's basically taking photos continuously right now. The exposure's 1.6 seconds. So what I do is I walk out to where I want to stand, which in this situation is this gnarly cliff edge. Once I find a really good place to stand, I stand there for whatever the exposure is times 2 before moving to another spot. So that's what we're gonna do. This looks like it's close enough, so I'm gonna put you down and we'll start posing. Okay, I don't know if these turned out. Let's go back to the camera and find out. One of the things with composition with these like selfies is the background is so important. You want to have yourself somewhere that there's not things in the background. You kind of want yourself against a clean background. So in this situation, you have the beach, and I'm kind of hoping that I was standing in the beach, but that's kind of why I move around a lot. Just trying to get it right. Camera's still shooting. Look through the viewfinder because it's bright. Yeah, it works. I actually think it looks really good. I think I'll add a little bit of a warming filter to the top. I do need to come back here when there's like clouds, maybe in the winter time when there's rougher seas as well. For now though, I'm gonna head down there. You can see some rock formations on the beach. That's Castelejo, my sunset photo location. Made it down to the beach. It is super hazy. One of my 2 degrees is geography, and I did human geography. I hated physical geography, but one of the things I remember learning was that the reason you get haze like this on the coast like this is you have the really cold Atlantic water, and then the air it creates colliding with the really hot, dry air from inland here, and that creates this foggy haze. In the winter, it shouldn't be this hazy, but right now it's definitely something I'm gonna have to try to deal with. I have no idea how. The tide's going out right now. I think low tide's like an hour after sunset, so it'll be retreating over the next hour until sunset. So I'm gonna spend the time now just wandering around and trying to find a composition. Man, there's a lot to love about this location. The cliffs, the endless cliffs down the beach. There's lots of foreground interest. There's some waves crashing on rocks, but this light is just absolutely shockingly bad. I actually think what I'm gonna do is mess around with some really long exposures and go with some minimalism. When the light's coming through like this, it's really soft. And if you can find rocks that like this, you can really do some cool stuff with extreme long exposures. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I've got my tripod legs jammed like 6 inches into the sand to make sure they don't sink when the waves come up, even though I'm sinking. And I've got the 10-stop ND, a 4-stop medium grad ND, and bulb mode at F9, and I believe it's 1 minute. And I'm just waiting for a big wave to come over this. It's less minimalist than I expected, but I do like the balance of the rock in the foreground and then this mountain off to the right-hand side. Working on another photo. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I thought I would explain why. There's these 2 beautiful rocks in the foreground. There's some nice curving lines, and then the peaks in the background. But the midground has rocks that are kind of like cutting off the horizon and blocking the horizon. And for me, it just clutters the image. This is so close to being really, really good. Okay, don't mind me as I hold down the shutter and take pictures as I talk to you. I've been walking up and down this beach for like over an hour and struggling to find a really nice composition, and I've found something that I think kind of works. You've got these rocks in the bottom left of the frame. They've got some of that green algae on them, and then it leads up to the right side with this mountain and a bit of the reflection. I'm just waiting for a wave to come in and hit the rocks, And then as that happens, I'm holding down the shutter with 1 second to try to get some movement and create a line that way with the water. I'm trying for one last photo, but I'm honestly just torturing myself at this point. I'm like knee deep in the water, it's cold, and I'm trying some longish exposures of water hitting this jagged rock. And yeah, I'm just getting abused by this cold seawater, but I'm having fun. And that's all that matters, is I'm having so much fun. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I'm having some fun. I am having so much fun. Contrary to popular belief, I'm having the most fun in photography when I'm struggling, when I'm really forced to work and explore and, you know, challenge myself. I don't like it when it's easy. I like it when the conditions are tough, but I love the challenge that Portugal has been giving me. It's been too many blue skies. It's been too much haze on this coast. And a lot of the locations have been really hard to come up with a really good composition. But I'm absolutely loving the challenge of it all. And I can't wait to explore some more. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.